Really thankful for this association.
Then let's do it more often. I'm connecting. Okay. Hare Krishna, everyone. Thank you for joining us for our weekly Vaishnavi group Sanga. We're very happy to have a special guest speaker today, Her Grace Talasudha Dasi. She's a disciple of His Holiness Sevadaka Maharaj, and she joined the movement at a very young age. She got her initiation in her teens, and responsible, her family and Mataji were responsible for the Bhakti Vriksha program. They set up the original system, and they were also responsible for bringing it and introducing it in North America. And Mataji and her husband have received awards for also creating the Bhakti Vriksha program. So we're very happy, and Mataji's also guided us when we started our Bhakti Vriksha program a couple of years ago. And we are very grateful to her and her husband for helping us in that effort. And we are, slowly but surely increasing our group and the congregation. They have helped the congregation development through that system in various places and given seminars around the world. I will not take too much of your time, and today's class is a very important class, Saranagati, Art of Surrender. And I know that this time last week they were all suffering, and we had just heard the news of His Holiness Bhakti Maharaj departing this world. And today, as it happens, he's reached Mayapur. And these kind of classes are important for us to realize how nice our philosophy is, where we can take shelter of the holy name. And association is so important. So please help us with what we went through last week, and I don't think we'll ever recover from that feeling we had that last Saturday. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so very much, Mother Prema Dhatri, for that beautiful, kind words, none of which I deserve. But I'm so grateful to Rupa Vilasini and to yourselves and to all the Vaishnavis at Phoenix for giving me an opportunity to have all of your association. I'm so grateful for that. It really is wonderful to see all of you and reconnect again with all of you. Okay, so we will start. May I start? With your permission. Okay, thank you. Om Ajnanatimidandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Radhanatha Swami Niti Namine. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Jayapataka Swami Niti Namine. Nama Acharya Padaya Nitai Kripa Pradayine Gaurakatha Dhamadaya Nagaragrama Tarine. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे मुखं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुलङ्गायते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दिनतारिणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्य ईश्वरम्. So today's topic, which we chose, was Sharanagati, the art of surrender. So we thought that it would be very appropriate for us to read from Srila Sanatan Goswami Pad's Hari Bhakti Vilas, where he gives us the 6 divisions of surrender from Sri Hari Bhakti Vilas 11.417. Srila Sanatan Goswami explains अनुकूलस्य सङ्कल्प प्रतिकूलस्य वर्जनं रक्षिष्यति विश्वासो गोप्तृत्वे वरणं तथा आत्मनिक्षेपकार्पण्यं षड्विधा शरणागतिः. The 6 divisions of surrender are accepting those things favorable to devotional service, rejecting unfavorable things, the conviction that Sri Krishna will definitely protect, will give his protection, accepting the Lord as one's guardian or as one's master. Fifth, full surrender. And sixth is humility. So I thought that these 6 aspects of surrender, um, it would be nice for us to, go with, you know, examples that we have from our Shastra, both from the Srimad Bhagavatam and from Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. As Mother Prema Dhatri was saying, that this past entire week, actually for the past few weeks, especially this last week, has been extremely challenging for all of us in regards to the sudden, very, very shocking passing away of Srila Bhakti Swami Maharaj. He is our very, very dear spiritual uncle, and his association is going to be very, very dearly missed. Physical association is going to be dearly missed. And this Sharanagati, um, the flow of the Sharanagati lecture that I prepared is based on Maharaj's teachings, on Maharaj's lectures, and of course, Maharaj's beautiful singing. And our conviction is that although right now we are physically separated from Srila Bhakti Charu Maharaj, but whenever, Srila Prabhupada thinks that we are qualified, and whenever we have the opportunity to see and serve Srila Prabhupada, we know that we will be again reunited in service with Srila Bhakti Maharaj, who is with Srila Prabhupada. So with that conviction and with offering our obeisances to Maharaj's lotus feet, we continue this topic. So this first aspect of surrender is accepting things which are favorable to devotional service. Anukulasya sankalpa. Anukulasya sankalpa, which Srila Prahlad Maharaj says in Srimad Bhagavatam, 9 processes of devotional service. Shravanam kirtanam Vishnu, smaranam pada sevanam, archanam vandanam dasyam, sakhyam atma nivedanam. So all of these 9 processes, they are, favorable for our devotional service. Shravanam. We all know the Acharya who perfected in Shravanam is Parikshit Maharaj, the personality. Kirtanam is Shukadev Goswami. Vishnu Smaranam is Prahlad Maharaj. Pada Sevanam, Lakshmi Devi. Archanam is Prithu Maharaj. Vandanam is Akrura. By his beautiful prayers, Akrura perfected this Vandanam, which is offering of prayers. Dasyam is Hanumanji, such a beautiful, perfect servitor. Even without a perfect servitor is he who, even without the master telling that what he wants, the servant comes and presents it to the master. That is a perfect servitor. So Hanumanji is the perfect servitor. Datsyam. Sakhyam is Arjuna. You know, Bhakto Sime Sakha Cheti, as Krishna says. He declares in the Bhagavad Gita that, my dear Arjuna, the reason I'm giving you this Bhagavad Gita knowledge is because you are my Bhakta, you are my devotee, and you're also my dearest friend, you're my Sakha. Atmanivedanam, the final one, is Bali Maharaj. He surrendered everything to the lotus feet of Sri Krishna. And the one who perfected, in all of the 9 processes of devotional service is Maharaj Ambarish. So these are the 9 processes of devotional services. And the basis is Shravanam and Kirtanam. Sometimes we hear devotees say that, how am I supposed to really have the enthusiasm? Or, how am I supposed to, like, when I listen to some lectures, when I am in some nice association, I feel very fired up. I feel very enthusiastic. But then that enthusiasm dies down. That motivation dies down. Why does this happen? That's because, our Shravanam is not, we miss the second step, which is Kirtanam. And we try that from Shravanam, we try straight to go to Vishnu Smaranam. You see, Shravanam, we hear from one ear. If we take it out through the other, there's no use. But Shravanam, when it enters our heart, and when it is processed in our heart, and when it comes out from our mouth as Kirtanam, then automatically we will have Smaranam. So Srila Prabhupada, he always stressed on this fact that if we have even 1% of Krishna consciousness, we must try and share that with others. Once we share it, our Krishna consciousness grows. This is the process. Shravanam, and then followed by Kirtanam, and then automatically that will result in Vishnu Smaranam. So this is from Srimad Bhagavatam. The example that we have is these, 9 processes of devotional service, of accepting everything that is favorable to our Krishna consciousness. From Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, we have Advaita Acharya. Advaita Acharya Prabhu, he is Mahavishnu. He is Sankarshan. And he is, Mahavishnu and the combination of Sadashiv. That is Advaita Acharya. And when Advaita Acharya came, he, looking at the fallen conditioned souls, of the fallen state of the people in Kali Yuga, whatever devotional service he had in front of him, with simple forms of worship, like with Tulasi Manjaris, with Ganges water, he just bathed and worshipped his Shalagram Shila. And while bathing and worshipping his Shalagram Shila, he used to lovingly cry out. He would cry out to the Lord. And it is said that the cries of Advaita Acharya not only penetrated the material coverings, it penetrated even it crossed beyond the Viraja river, it crossed beyond even the spiritual world, all the Vaikuntha planets, and it reached directly to Goloka Vrindavan. And Sri Radha and Krishna, their, flute meditation was interrupted, listening to the loving cries of Advaita Acharya. Uhunkaro garjanadi ahoratro shadgunan ha Krishna radhikanatho prarthanadi bhavanam dhupadipo kosturicha chandonadi lepanam Shitanatha Dvaita Charo Narobindo Bhavanam. This is Sri Advaita Acharya. Ashwala Bhakti Maharaj very sweetly sang that Advaita Acharya is calling out very simply, just, listening to his hunkara, his, loving cries, Radha Krishna, they immediately responded to the loving cries of Sri Advaita Acharya. So Advaita Acharya utilized everything that he had, in favorably in the service of Krishna. accepting everything that is favorable to devotional service. And he invoked the Supreme Personality of Godhead to descend as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Krishna himself, in the mood of Srimati Radharani, descended as Sri Gauranga Mahaprabhu. The second aspect told by Sanatana Goswami is reject unfavorable things. To reject it. Pratikulasya varjanam. So the example that we have from Srimad Bhagavatam is that of Kamsa. Kamsa, he thought of Krishna unfavorably he thought of Krishna. He, in fact, Srila Bhakteshwar Maharaj, he mentions in one of his lectures, he says that if Kamsa was present here in today's day and age in Kali Yuga, he would probably be a great acharya. Because he was so Krishna conscious. The fact is different, that he was negatively Krishna conscious. He was always thinking, oh, Krishna will come and kill me. How will I die? Krishna will, come and kill me. I will die in the hands of Krishna. This is his constant meditation. 24 hours a day, Kamsa was constantly thinking of Krishna. But that is negative. We have another example. But Krishna, even that negative way, he actually delivered Kamsa by killing him. We have another example, that is of Putana. Putana, in her previous birth, she was Bali Maharaja's sister, Ratnamala. And Ratnamala, she was so enamored by the form of Vamanadev. When Vamanadev walked into the sacrificial arena of Bali Maharaj, seeing that most enchanting and beautiful form of Vamanadev, Ratnamala had Vatsalya Bhav. And she desired that, oh, I wish I had a son like this. If I had a son like this, then I would be able to feed him my milk. This was the desire of Ratnamala. And Vamanadev said tathastu to that desire immediately, because Krishna is present in the heart of the devotees as Paramatma. So, heart of everyone as Paramatma. So Krishna immediately said tathastu. Then later on, when Vamanadev took on his Urukrama form, and in 2 steps he took away everything that Bali Maharaj possessed. And then he said, where am I supposed to keep a 3rd foot? And then Bali Maharaj did Atma Nivedanam, and he said, please put your 3rd feet on my head. And seeing this, Ratnamala was very much angered. That how could, Vamanadev cheat my brother like this? How could he do this? So therefore, Vamanadev, when he did that, Ratnamala, her consciousness was that if this is the kind of son I have, I am going to mix poison in the milk and I will feed it to him. And this desire also, Krishna said tathastu. So that is why in her next life, Ratnamala was born as Putana. And she fulfilled both of her desires. Krishna fulfilled both of her desires. She was able to give her own milk to Krishna smeared with poison. That is Krishna. That how merciful Krishna is, that in Srimad Bhagavatam, in the 3rd canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, in chapter 2, text 23, Srila Shukadev Goswami is saying, Aho bakiyam stanakalakutam jigham shayapaya yadapi asadvi lebhe gatim dhatri uchitam tatonyam kam va dayalum sharanam vrajema. Alas, how shall I take shelter of one more merciful than he who granted the position of mother to the she-demon Putana, although she was unfaithful and she prepared deadly poison to be sucked from her breast. But Krishna gave her the position of Dhatri as a nurse in the spiritual world. So this is unfavorable, devotional service. Rejecting this kind of devotional service, which is unfavorable, we must reject. But then if they are meant to be purified, then Krishna takes such special care. But sometimes we are not able to have such, pure reciprocations from Krishna. So therefore we must try to reject unfavorable things in Krishna consciousness towards a devotional service. From the pastime of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in the Chaitanya Leela, we see Chandkazi's pastime. We all know that Chandkazi, he is Kamsa actually. In Chaitanya Leela, he is the same Kamsa. He is come down as Chandkazi. He was in some way, he was the maternal uncle of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also. And when he heard that the devotees were chanting and dancing, he came and broke the mridangas. He came and destroyed everything at Srivas Angan. That place till today is known as Kolbhanga Danga Srivas Angan's, Srivas Thakur's house. So when devotees heard this, when Sri Gauranga Mahaprabhu heard this, Mahaprabhu was very much angered. And Mahaprabhu organized the first civil disobedience movement. So Mahaprabhu marched with torchlights, in a big procession from Srivasangan to coming to Chandkazi's palace. It's less than a kilometer walk. So Mahaprabhu walked and he sat with Chandkazi and he convinced Chandkazi that why are you being so envious towards the devotees? You should not do this. So when he was convinced, he was not like really fully convinced. But that night when Chandkazi rested, it is said that Lord Nrsingadev appeared in Chandkazi's dream and sat on his chest and he said, tomorrow, if you don't go and beg forgiveness and surrender to the lotus feet of Gauranga Mahaprabhu, I will come and tear apart your chest. This was the, a lesson told by Nrsingadev. So then Chandkazi got really worried. The very next day at Brahma Muhurta time, Chandkazi ran to Sri Gauranga Mahaprabhu and surrendered to him and said that please, 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 I surrender to you, my lord. Please shelter me. And Mahaprabhu, of course, gave him pure Krishna bhakti. And it is said that today also, if we go to Mayapur, when we visit the Samadhi of Chandkazi, please do visit the Samadhi of Chandkazi. There it is said, Chandkazi, one of his names was also Champa. So we'll see a champa tree that is, built right on top of his samadhi. There is a champa tree. A champa means a whitish yellow kind of a flower, very fragrant. It's very much compared to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And there is a tree of a neem tree also. So the champa tree and the neem tree are kind of intertwined together. And there's a Muslim, there's always a caretaker there. There's one very nice priest there. And if you go to him and ask him to show you Lord Nrsingadev, his face is kind of, engraved, not manually, it's not done manually, but in the form of nature, in the form of tree trunks, you can see the form of Lord Nrsingadev. So the reason why there is the neem tree as well as the champa tree is that Chandkazi or Champakazi attained Nimai, who is like representing in the form of the neem tree. So that's why there's a very beautiful pastime of Chandkazi, who was unfavorable in the beginning, but then he became very favorable by the mercy of Sri Gauranga Mahaprabhu. And Srila Jayapataka Maharaj was recently sharing this Leela, and he said that many devotees ask this question that, when we commit offenses to Vaishnavas unknowingly, knowingly when we commit offenses, yes, we can go and beg for forgiveness, we can do so many things. But what happens, there are so many offenses we may commit unknowingly to Vaishnavas. How can we get rid of such offenses, which we do unknowingly? So Srila Jayapataka Maharaj said that it is written in Sri Chaitanya Bhagavat and Sri Chaitanya Mangala that anyone who listens to this Chandkazi, the deliverance of Chandkazi pastime, is freed from Vaishnava Aparad, which is committed unknowingly. So this was something very wonderful. I thought of sharing it with everyone. The third a division of surrender, as explained by Srila Sanatana Goswami, is that the conviction that Krishna will give protection. Rakshashiti iti vishvaso. That Krishna will definitely give his protection. We have the pastime of Prahlad Maharaj. and Ambarish Maharaj from the Srimad Bhagavatam. You see, Prahlad Maharaj, he was a mere 5-year-old boy when Prahlad Maharaj was thrown down from the mountain cliff, when Prahlad Maharaj was thrown in the pit of snakes, when Prahlad Maharaj was put in boiling oil, or when he was, the weapons of the demons were, going across with on his body, or when he was put in front of elephants to be crushed down by the elephants' feet. Any time do we see in the Srimad Bhagavatam the Prahlad Maharaj saying, "Oh Krishna, help me, help me, help me"? No. Prahlad Maharaj never shouted for help, nor in his heart did he ever ask for Krishna that Krishna please protect me. He didn't ask for help. Prahlad Maharaj did not pray to Krishna that Krishna please protect me. Prahlad Maharaj had the conviction that Krishna will protect. In whatever way Krishna wants to protect, he will protect. So that's why Prahlad Maharaj is remembered as the Acharya for Smaranam, that he just remembered Krishna. He was just, remembering Krishna. That's all. Prahlad Maharaj was not praying that Krishna, please protect me, I'm falling, protect me. No, none of that. And the same case is with Ambarish Maharaj. When Durvasa Muni, when he got offended by Ambarish Maharaj, because Ambarish Maharaj had just drank water to break his Nirjala Ekadashi, but he was waiting for Durvasa Muni, but Durvasa Muni felt offended. That how can you break your fast like this without first feeding me? So out of his anger, Durvasa Muni pulled out a strand of hair and a big monster came out. A fiery monster came out from Durvasa Muni's hair. And he was charging towards Ambarish Maharaj. And when he came towards Ambarish Maharaj, he just folded his hands and he was just standing there. That's all. Ambarish Maharaj did not cry out that Krishna help me. He did not in his heart say, Krishna, please protect me from this demon. He didn't pray like that. Ambarish Maharaj just remembered Krishna. He knew in his heart, the conviction was there in Ambarish Maharaj's heart that he will, Krishna will protect, no matter in what way. That is up to Krishna, in what way he will get protection. But he knew that Krishna will protect. And nonetheless, the Sudarshan Chakra was immediately sent by Krishna. Krishna sent the Sudarshan Chakra to Ambarish Maharaj, to this demon, and this demon was, reduced to ashes right there. And that Sudarshan Chakra came behind Durvasa Muni. And it chased Durvasa Muni from Brahma Loka to Mahesh Loka. And then both of them came to Vaikuntha that please help, please help. Even Lord Vishnu in Vaikuntha Loka said, I can't help. I cannot do anything. You have offended my devotee, so you should go and beg forgiveness from my devotee. Only he has the power to forgive you. So then Ambarish Maharaj, who was still standing over there, in that same position, Durvasa Muni came running from Vaikuntha. And he came and, was about to offer obeisances to Ambarish Maharaj. And Ambarish Maharaj said, what are you doing? He never took any kind of offense from Durvasa Muni. That is the greatness of Ambarish Maharaj. But Ambarish Maharaj, Prahlad Maharaj, these two personalities from the Srimad Bhagavatam, they never called for Krishna's protection. They knew that Krishna will protect. In some way or the other, Krishna will definitely protect. That was their faith. From the Chaitanya Leela, we see Srivas Thakur. Srivas Thakur, one day Sri Gauranga Mahaprabhu, he came to Srivas Thakur's house and said, Srivas, you are a householder and you have, children, you have a wife and you don't go and work. How do you manage? And you keep feeding all these Vaishnavas, Nityananda stays at your home. How do you take care? Srivas said, oh, there's no problem. I have a very simple formula. I just clap 3 times. And whatever I need comes. And Mahaprabhu was shocked. What do you mean you clap 3 times? He said, I just, the entire day, all I do is that I just chant Hare Krishna. And I know that Krishna, he's the ultimate protector. He will do whatever is necessary to take care of Krishna's family. They are not my family, they are Krishna's family. So Krishna will take care. That was the faith of Srivas Thakur. Rakshashiti Vishwaso. That, Krishna will definitely, definitely protect. That is the faith. The fourth division of surrender is accepting the Lord as one's guardian or as one's master. You see, here we see that there is a difference between the third one and the fourth one. Accepting the Lord as one's guardian is the fourth one. As we accept the Lord, Gop Tritve Varanam Tatha means Gop Tritve means that we are accepting the Lord as our master, that we are depending on the Lord. So we see in the Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna, in the entire first chapter, Arjuna was giving his reasons why he should fight, why he should not fight. And then in the second chapter, in the beginning, he got confused by his own arguments. So then Arjuna finally surrendered. He said, Karpanya dosha pahata swabhava. Prichhami tvam dharma samudha cheta yashreya hasyan nishchitam bruhitan me shishyaste aham shadhimam tvam prapannam. That my dear Lord, I don't know. I'm completely confused about what I should be doing. So please, I surrender unto you, my Lord. Please, as my Lord and my Master, you please guide me. What am I supposed to do? That was Arjuna. We see from the Srimad Bhagavatam, we see Gajendra, the pastime of Gajendra, that for 1,000 years, Gajendra, he was fighting with that crocodile. Gajendra was fighting with that crocodile. Even his own family was, helplessly, they watched for some time and then they had to leave. They couldn't do anything to help Gajendra. And Gajendra is the mightiest of the wanderers in the land, animals who wander in the land. But in the water, it is the crocodile who is more powerful. So Gajendra, his power, his might, was not any kind of a match to the crocodile. So the longer that they stayed in that fight, the Gajendra's power was diminishing and the crocodile's power was, increasing. And therefore, Gajendra, in that helpless condition, he just picked up a lotus. And, by his previous incarnation, his previous life, Gajendra's previous life, he was Maharaj Indradumna, a different Maharaj Indradumna, not related to the Jagannath pastime, but a different Maharaj Indradumna. And he was cursed, to become an elephant. And but in that life, Indradyumna Maharaj, he had perfected his life by, saying beautiful Narayan Kavacha stotras, prayers to please Lord Narayan. And, Krishna's words in the Gita, Neha Vikramanasasti Pratyavayo na vidyate Swalpamapyasya dharmasya trayate mahato bhayat. This is true in the case of Gajendra's pastime. That Krishna, at that right moment when Gajendra needed those prayers of Narayan Kavacha Stotras, Krishna in the heart as Paramatma immediately reminded Gajendra the Narayan Kavacha Stotras. So Gajendra picked up a lotus with his trunk and he said, "Oh my dear Supreme Lord, I pray to you. I surrender to you. You are my Lord, you are my Master. Please come and protect me. You please protect me." This was the prayer of Gajendra. And immediately, when Gajendra prayed like this, Krishna did not wait even a moment. It is said that, Krishna immediately, Lord Vishnu immediately came riding on his Garuda. And if the Lord wanted, it is explained in the Bhagavatam, that if the Lord would want, then he would have just, with his will, he could have just, he could have left his Sudarshan Chakra while sitting on Garuda, and he could have killed the crocodile, but he did not do that. Rather, it is explained that, Garuda came flying and, Lord Vishnu got down from Garuda. And he came in front of Gajendra and with his own lotus hands, he pulled out Gajendra from the water. And the lotus feet, sorry, and the feet of Gajendra, lotus feet of Gajendra, was still held on, it was still bit on by the crocodile. So when Lord Vishnu pulled out Gajendra, the crocodile also came along. And Lord Vishnu, he first delivered the crocodile. He first led the Sudarshan Chakra, and the crocodile was killed. So our acharyas, they give a very beautiful insight that why did Lord Vishnu first kill the crocodile? It was not the crocodile who called for help. It was Gajendra who called for help. So why did the Lord not deliver Gajendra first? So it is said that because the crocodile had taken shelter of the lotus feet of a pure devotee like Gajendra, so therefore Lord Vishnu delivered the crocodile first. And then Gajendra was given Swarupya Mukti, it is said. That is the reason why the Lord touched the body of Gajendra so that he could, attain Swarupya Mukti. So then Gajendra went back to the Vaikuntha Lokas like this. So it's such a beautiful pastime. And even Draupadi's pastime, we know that how when Draupadi was brought, insultingly, she was brought into the Kuru assembly by the Shasana. She was dragged by the Shasana. And she was brought in such an insulting manner. And she came and approached, she begged. She begged Bhishma Pitama, she begged, Dhritarashtra, she begged Dronacharya, her father's friend. She begged everybody that please, please help me. She begged her 5 husbands. They are so valiant, so chivalrous, but they also could not do anything. Then she herself tried to, tried to save her honor by her own. She tried to hold on to her sari, but she wasn't able to. The Shasan was very powerful. So then, at that time, Draupadi, she just raised both her arms and she said, "Hey Govinda, hey Krishna, please, please come and save me, save my honor." And Krishna did not wait even one moment. As soon as Draupadi called, Krishna immediately came and protected her. So accepting the Lord as one's guardian or as master. So what is the difference between Draupadi and Gajendra and Prahlad Maharaj and Ambarish Maharaj? What is the difference? We see that, both of them are recognizing the Lord as their, protector. But in the case of Draupadi and Gajendra is asking, they're asking for the Lord to come and protect them, to save them from that difficult peril situation that they are in. And in the case of Prahlad Maharaj and Ambarish Maharaj, they are not even asking for that. They know for sure that whatever Krishna will do will be for the best. That is the difference. So from Sri Chaitanya Leela, accepting the Lord as one's guardian, in this connection, there's a very beautiful pastime, which is said that it is the pastime of Sri Bhavananda Rai, and his second son is Gopinath Pattanayak. Gopinath Pattanayak was King Pratap Rudra's, tehsildar means like like one of the ministers. So it is said the tehsildar's duty is to take taxes, to collect taxes. So one time when Gopinath Pattanayak, he was somehow unable to come up with the tax money. So King Pratap Rudra's son, who was, his name was Bariya Jan, he decided to punish Gopinath Pattanayak by throwing him on the changa. Changa means that, there will be a bamboo, like this, and the person is, hung by the feet from the bamboo stick like this, and there will be a bed of swords on the bottom, and, then the grip is loosened, and then they just fall on the sword. So they die like that. So that's a very gruesome kind of a death, but that's called as changa. That somehow it used to be used by the kings. So the news subsequently, it is said that the news of Bhavananda Rai's, entire family being in this kind of a difficult situation, it reached the ears of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And it is said that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he just said that, whatever you can do, he just said that everyone should just take shelter of Lord Jagannath. And he said, Lord Chaitanya said that Lord Jagannath will take care of this problem. And then, as the super soul in the heart, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu inspired one of the soldiers, one of the ministers from King Pratap Rudra's, ministry. His name is Harichandana Patra, to go and investigate further about what is the actual thing about the discrepancy of this Gopinath Patanayak. And then he came and presented the actual report to Maharaj Prataparudra. And then Maharaj Prataparudra immediately stopped. He said, no, 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 this is not something for which he should be put down on the Changa. He should not be, death sentence like this was not supposed to be done. So immediately Maharaj Prataparudra stopped the death sentence. So Gopinath Patanayak was actually Ramananda Roy's brother. And by the Lord's grace, he was delivered from a death sentence given by the king. And when, it is said that Gopinath Patanayak, after he was released, he came to meet with Lord Chaitanya. He said to Gauranga Mahaprabhu that when I was on the Changa, he was actually on the Changa. And he said that I was just meditating on your lotus feet, Mahaprabhu. And I was thinking that whatever will be the result, it's okay. But I just want that, somehow I just want that you should be my Lord. I should never forget you. And that I should just keep meditating on your lotus feet. That was my only desire. So this, when Mahaprabhu embraced Gopinath Patanayak. And, so this is how Mahaprabhu saved someone even from death sentence, how by accepting, Lord Chaitanya as the master, they were delivered like this. So the fifth division of surrender is full surrender. Of course, we know that that is Bali Maharaj. No one other than that is complete surrender. How Bali Maharaj defied his own guru. When one's own guru tells us not to surrender to Krishna, takes us away from Krishna, and, tells us to do something else, then such is the time then that guru should be rejected. Bali Maharaj was a personification of that act. And he went against his guru, against his own, his own councilmen, his own ministries, and then he just surrendered everything to Vamanadev. Complete surrender. And how Bali Maharaj was protected. He was rewarded. You see, the Lord never keeps anything for himself. If we offer to Krishna, 1% of our devotional service, Krishna will offer us 2% back. That is Krishna's mercy. He never keeps anything for himself. And in Chaitanya Leela, we see how Kolavecha Sridhar, he was such a, humble personality. Kolavecha Sridhar, he would just, earn, like very, very little every single day. And part of that Lakshmi he would use for Ganga Puja. And then, Nimai would come and take even that, whatever was remaining from him. Nimai would come and always say, he would do tol mol with Sridhar. He would say, no, no, this one, you give it to me for free. I will not give you money for this. Little Nimai would come and take bananas and, different sandesh from Kolavecha Sridhar. And during the, Mahaprabhu's Mahaprakash Leela, it is said that when Mahaprabhu asked him that what benediction do you want? It is said that Sridhar, Kolavecha Sridhar, just asked for one thing, that, lifetime after lifetime, I just want that little Brahmana boy, Nimai, to come and ask me for my, bananas and, my other things. So I just want to be, completely surrendered to the lotus feet of this little Nimai. That was the desire of Kolavecha Sridhar. Complete surrender, complete surrender. Then we have the final one, which is humility, dainya, humility. We know that, in the Srimad Bhagavatam in 9th canto, we see there is an account of Lord Ramachandra's brother, Bharat Maharaj, that how Maharaj Bharat, imagine his condition. Lord Ram is exiled to the forest. It was his mother who was the main key person, in this entire thing. So the people of Ayodhya, they used to, they used to hate, they used to literally hate Maharaj Bharat. They would, in fact, even throw stones at Bharat, saying that it's because of you, it's because of you that our dear Lord Ram is not here in Ayodhya. So Maharaj Bharat never retaliated. He never gave any explanation that no, 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 it is my mother who did this, it's not me. He never gave any kind of explanation. But when Lord Ramachandra came back after 14 years, that's when Lord Ramachandra himself established the glories of Maharaj Bharat. And the people of Ayodhya were so remorseful for their, wrong behavior towards Maharaj Bharat. And they recognized him to be such a great devotee, an ardent follower of Lord Ramachandra. We know the humility of Maharaj Prataparudra from Chaitanya Leela. Maharaj Prataparudra, he was a king, and he was desiring the association of Sri Gauranga Mahaprabhu. And Mahaprabhu would every time reject it. He would say, no, no, no. I am a sannyasi. I cannot give darshan to a king. And then on Rath Yatra day, finally, by the orders of Nityananda Prabhu, Advaita Acharya Prabhu, all these big personalities, Prataprudra Maharaj was, ordered that you please give up your kingly attire and you just wear this harinam chadar, and you just go and massage Lord Chaitanya, who is resting in the Jagannath Vallabha gardens while singing the Gopi Geet. So then Maharaj Prataparudra, he came and he just started singing the Gopi Geet. And when Maharaj Prataparudra was singing in this way, with so much humility, he was serving the lotus feet of the Lord. Lord Chaitanya immediately just got up and he just embraced Lord Chaitanya, embraced Maharaj Prataparudra. And when Maharaj Prataparudra was embraced, when with so much humility Maharaj Prataparudra was, reciprocating with Lord Chaitanya, that the devotees were, so happy when Prataparudra Maharaj was getting this mercy. The humility of Haridas Thakur, that he felt that he was unqualified to even come in front of the Jagannath temple, what to speak of entering the Jagannath temple. He would never even come in front of the Jagannath temple. He would think that, oh, if any priest is going there, my shadow will fall on them, they'll become impure. No, no, I will not go. So he would just sit in Siddha Bakul and he would chant. But the walking Jagannath, every single day, the walking Lord Jagannath in the form of Sri Gauranga Mahaprabhu would visit Haridas Thakur with Mahaprasad every single day at Siddha Bakul. And both of them would chant and discuss Krishna Katha so much. So much humility of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So we see that the surrender and the Saranagati, what we really need to imbibe in our life is that, yes, we know, in theory, these are the 6 divisions of surrender, but how much are we really able to imbibe this in our day-to-day life is what we really need to focus on. We read these beautiful, songs which is written by Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur on Sharanagati, on these 6 aspects of Sharanagati. A very beautiful song which Bhakti Vinod Thakur has written. But how can we really apply it in our day-to-day life? Is through when we have proper association. When we have association who inspire us, who are following these six aspects in their own lives, when we associate with such devotees, we can automatically imbibe such mood that they have. We can imbibe that same very mood in their association by chanting and practicing devotional service in their association. That is the beauty of Krishna consciousness. You see, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, every incarnation that Krishna came, they all had a weapon. Parashuram had his axe, Lord Ramachandra had his bow and arrow, Krishna had his Sudarshan chakra, Balaram had his plow. But Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, what is his astra? Krishna Varanam Tvisha Krishnam Sango Pangastra Parshadam. Mahaprabhu's astra is his Sanga and his Upanga, that is Sanga that he has brought. This Sanga, the Vaishnavi Sanga that you all have, this kind of association is what is the weapon that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has brought in order for us to quickly imbibe these kind of processes in our day-to-day life, to practice it in our day-to-day life. By when we are, associating with the right kind of devotees, that is a trick. Srila Prabhupada said, associating with like-minded devotees. Devotees whom we feel are inspiring us in our Krishna consciousness. When we associate with them, then our Bhakti Lata Bij is getting nurtured. And one day that Bhakti Lata Bij will keep growing, and one day that Bhakti Lata Bij will seek shelter at the lotus feet of Sri Sri Radha and Krishna, and the pure, fruit of love of God will blossom. So with this, we will end our session here. If there's any questions, comments, or reflections, we can take that now. Thank you very much. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Your mic now, you can unmute. Mother Pramadre. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Mataji, for a very nice class. Very much to the point and nice examples. I think we can open the floor to questions now. It's already 4:25. So anybody having questions, but very nicely done. Thank you so much. Beautiful class.
Thank you. Thank you, Mother.
Krishna Mataji, please accept my humble greetings.
Hare Krishna.
Nice to see you.
Nice to see you too.
So Mataji, just one comment, when you speak about, the custom of how Haridas Thakur could not even go in front of the temple, that just, I heard it earlier also, but that just stuck with me, so much humility. And then, we just take everything so easily, so granted, the services we have, we go to the temple and we just checklist one after the other, you just keep going with that. But really in that heart of having that humility that I'm not even qualified, and look at, I was just that totally struck with me. That
Yes.
humility part. Thank you for sharing. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Vaishnavi Mataji. Thank you so much, Mataji, for the wonderful class. So, any practical tip? Obviously, you told about the association, but right now we are stuck at home and doing all the things at home and attending classes here and there. But any practical tips, anything we can particularly do that could help us to feel that kind of surrender in our life? I'm not zero, I'm at 0% or maybe negative. So to bring it to 0.1%.
That's your humility. That is definitely your humility. But this lockdown period, actually, we are really, really fortunate. That we have these kind of sessions, these online sessions that we have. Even though we may be in the comfort of our own homes, but we are attending, Ratha Yatras. We are attending, different kinds of festivals. Srila Bhakti Maharaj is leaving. All of this we are able to attend. It's thanks to this technology. And we have the opportunity to even listen to so many lectures that are going around. There's so much of Smaran Utsav going on, describing the glories of Maharaj by his senior godbrothers and so many devotees. So much of association is actually there, with us all around. It is just for us to, tune in. Whether we can choose to tune in into Maya, or we can choose to tune in into Krishna. So it's the choice is there, so we must utilize this choice to be able to choose and tune in into Krishna, so that because Maya will keep enticing. Maya will say, oh look, you have so much responsibility, there's this lockdown, you have to be so super careful, you better follow. Maya will give very good reasoning that you should wash every vegetable, you should clean your house very nicely, disinfect, do this, do that. Where is the time to do, listen to all these classes? You don't have time. It's okay, you first do all this cleaning, then you can listen. But what does the devotee give a counter argument to this? The devotee says, yes, Maya, I will definitely listen to what you're saying. I will give my entire life to you, Maya, but this one moment, while I'm doing all my cleaning, I will also listen. I can do multitasking. So, we always have the choice, Krishna, you know, Krishna gives us so much opportunities that even while staying in this time, we can, engage in very, very beautiful seva and association and Sangha.
Yes. Thank you so much, Mataji, for the reminder.
Hare Krishna.
So, any other questions for Shamamaji Mataji online? No, none on Facebook. None on Facebook. Okay. No questions, but really nice to see you, Mataji. Kalasudha, I have met you before and very nice to see you again and hear you. It's amazing.
Hare Krishna. Thank you,
You
Mataji.
you should come talk to us more often. Enjoy it.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for your time, Mataji.
Thank you, Rupa Vilasini. We are so grateful to you for this opportunity that we got for associating with all of you. We are so grateful to you for that.
It's our fortune, Mataji, so we can keep giving you these opportunities.
Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Thank you.
All right.
Shambhuini Mataji? And anyone, I just want to make sure that there are no more questions. I don't want to close it. If anybody wants to, if you want to, I will take one second. There's a chat here. 1 second. Okay, just a comment from Paru Mataji. Hare Krishna. Thank you for a beautiful class. So she cannot join in video, so she just sent the text. Just want to make sure I'm not missing anyone. No? Okay, well, Mother Teresa, thank you so much for wonderful class, for your association.
Thank you.
And looking forward to seeing you again. Thank you all. Have a wonderful rest of the weekend. Tomorrow, please don't forget, tomorrow we have 7:35 Srimad Bhagavatam class, followed by our Sunday feast program at 5:35. His Grace Radha Madhav Das will be given the class on Krishna's pastime, Buddha skill, based on Krishna books. Please don't forget it. Mark your calendars and continue to attend in this program, please. Hare Krishna. And tomorrow morning's Srimad Bhagavatam class is being given by Her Grace Shammoyini Mataji. Oh. Thank you. Join us in the morning. She's not going to announce that. Too humble. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you all so much. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Thank you again. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mother. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. That's why I was thinking why you didn't say who